Having issues with walking because one hip feels higher than the other? Or maybe your torso is constantly bending to one side versus the other? You could have an overly tight or strong QL. Welcome to the Tweak of the Week. I'm Tommy Larkin, and thank you for joining me today. Now, the QLs, or quadratus lumborum, is a set of muscles on either side of the spine, which are primarily responsible for stabilizing the lumbopelvic hip complex and aids in laterally flexing the spine. The trouble is when these muscles get tight or stay overactive, they can not only bend your torso to that specific side, but also tends to lift or hitch the hip up as well. You'll notice this in someone when their shoulders are parallel to the ground, but one hip looks higher than the other. Now, obviously, there are other muscles which could be impacting this issue, like a tight iliopsoas, an overactive tensor fasciolata, overly strong obliques, or even weak adductors. Yet simply stretching out the one side of the back which is lifting the hip or pulling the torso to a given side will do wonders in helping relieve back discomfort and possibly help you indicate which other muscles or movement patterns you're creating are giving you the bigger issue at hand. So let's get to the pose. We will be using child's pose as our base for this stretch. Now, if you cannot sit in child's pose with the hips on the heels, simply do the best you can or place a folded blanket between the hips and the feet. For today's tweak, I am going to use the right side as the right side which may be causing us the discomfort. Now, if you have discomfort on the left side, you'll simply reverse my instructions that I give. In addition, you can do both directions if you like. From this position in child's pose, we're going to stretch your arms out long in front of you. Now lift the ribs off of the thighs slightly and walk the hands towards the left side of your body. Keep the hips grounded on your heels and seek to feel like you are arching your right side waist. In addition, I like to be on my fingertips. I find this keeps the arms more engaged and allows for more subtle deepening of the stretch. Now you should be feeling not only possibly a stretch on the side waist, but definitely just above the line of the hip between there and the ribs on the outer lower side of the back, which is where the QLs are and where we want that stretch to be. Now, as you're pausing here, you can hold this position for 5 to 10 breaths or about 30 to 60 seconds. Now, when you're ready to come out, you simply exhale and walk the hands back to center and relax for several breaths before coming up to sitting or doing the other side. So there you go. I hope you gain great benefit from today's tweak. If you have any questions about the work we did today or any previous tweak, let me know. Put your question in the specific tweaks comments and I'll get back to you. And before you go, don't forget to click that like button. And if you know someone who can benefit from today's video, I greatly appreciate you sending them and sharing that link to it. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, have an amazing week and be excellent to each other.